Welcome back, everyone. It's grammar time with Mrs. Clevenger again. And this week, we're going to continue practicing our context clues. So grab your ELA notebook and let's get started. Here we go. By the way, this is our context clues video number 3. For a quick review, let's talk about the 5 main types of context clues: definition, synonym, antonym, examples, and inference. And remember, if you take the first letters of each word, they can be moved around to form a new word. Remember the word ideas. I for inference, D for definition, E for example, A for antonym, and S for synonym. So if we can remember the word ideas, it'll help us remember the 5 main types of context clues. So let's practice using our context clues. Here's an example. Before the game yesterday, Luke was active and excited. Today, however, he seems rather melancholy. Which of the following words means about the same as melancholy? Is it A, happy, B, gloomy, C, surprised, or D, shy? Let's look at the text again. It says yesterday he was active and excited. Today, however, there's a little bit of a contrast here. He seems rather melancholy, which is the antonym, right? It's showing us an opposite. So if yesterday he was active or excited and today he's melancholy, we can use the clues from the text to help us make a guess that melancholy means about the same as gloomy. Which type of context clue did we use? We used the antonym context clues where they showed us a contrast. And we used that information to help us make an inference guessing that gloomy probably means about the same as melancholy. Here's another example. That movie looks intriguing to me. I want to see it. Which of the following words means about the same as intriguing? Do you think it's A, interesting, B, ugly, C, boring, or D, funny? Well, if you want to see the movie, you probably don't think it's ugly or boring, right? And it doesn't give us any clues in the text to suggest that it's funny. Based on that process of elimination, we can make an inference that the word intriguing probably means about the same as interesting. Which type of context clue did we use? We made an inference. Here's another example. I am very indecisive when it comes to shopping for clothes. My mom hates it when I keep returning to the dressing room to try on the same clothes over and over. Which of the following phrases means about the same as indecisive? Do you think it's A, not wanting to waste money, B, not caring what decision is made, C, quick to make a decision, or do you think it's D, unable to make a decision? Well, let's go back and look at our clues in the text. It says that she's going back and forth to try on clothes, right? It doesn't bring up any clues that mention not wanting to waste money. Obviously, it's not B, not caring what decision is made. She obviously cares a lot because she's having a hard time making a decision, right? And she's not quick to make a decision because she keeps going back and forth to try on clothes. So we can make the conclusion that it is indecisive means about the same as unable to make a decision, right? This one is an example. So what type of context clue did you use? We used the example context clue. They gave us an example of her being indecisive. She's going back and forth trying on the same clothes. So remember, we pull clues from the text to help us figure out what unknown words mean. Let's do another one. In my opinion, Bailey's actions are detestable. In fact, I think she is a bully. Remember, we got to look for some clues here. Which of the following words means about the same as detestable? Well, if you think someone is a bully, you probably don't think they're funny, right? You probably think they're a little bit more than serious. You probably think they're horrible, right? You don't think they're helpful. So we could use the clues from the text to help us figure out that the word detestable probably means horrible. Which type of context clue did we use? We made an inference with our prior knowledge, right? Our schema. If we think someone's a bully, we don't think they're funny, serious, or helpful. We think they're horrible. Here's another one. Cole is an inquisitive student. He asks many questions. Which of the following words means about the same as inquisitive? Is it A, lazy, B, smart, C, perfect, or D, questioning? Let's go back and look for some clues. Well, he's an inquisitive student. He asks many questions. If someone asks many questions, they're probably not lazy, right? They could be smart, but that's not what we're looking for. They're probably not perfect because nobody is. It is D, questioning. They even say he asks many questions. This is an example of using example, right? Which type of context clue did we use? The example. They gave us an example that Cole asks many questions. Therefore, we could make the inference or conclusion that the word inquisitive means about the same as questioning, asking questions. Here's another example. When my parents asked my brother where he wanted to eat on his birthday, he nonchalantly shrugged his shoulders. Which of the following words means about the same as nonchalantly? Do you think it's A, sadly, B, unconcerned, C, hungrily, or D, playfully? What do you guys think? Let's look for some clues. When my parents asked my brother where he wanted to eat for his birthday, he nonchalantly shrugged his shoulders, right? What does that mean when somebody shrugs their shoulders? They're like, I don't know, I don't care, whatever, right? They're not sad. They're unconcerned. It means I don't care, like whatever, right? So you can make the inference based on his shrugging the shoulders that he's unconcerned. Doesn't mean hungry, doesn't mean playful. Which type of context clue did we use? We used clues from the text and we made an inference that nonchalantly means about the same as not caring, being unconcerned. Here's another one. The movie director decided to capture the serene mood by filming the scene at sunset beside a still lake. Which of the following words means about the same as serene? Do you think it's A, calm, B, fast, C, loud, or D, comical? Which type of context clue did you use? Well, let's look back at it. If they're filming this scene at sunset beside a still lake, imagine that. Do you think that's fast, loud, or funny and comical? No, it's calm. So this one also is letting us use inference. It's giving us clues. We use our prior knowledge and we can come up with the idea that calm means about the same as serene. It's describing a calm, peaceful scene. Here's another one. It was the first day of summer vacation and the kids felt liberated. No more homework, no more tests, and no more alarm clocks for 2 long months. Which of the following words means about the same as liberated? Do you think it's A, free, B, active, C, shameless, or D, depressed? What do you guys think? How do you feel when there's no more homework, no more tests, and no more alarm clocks, right? What would you feel? Would you feel free, active, shameless, or depressed? You would feel free, right? So which type of context clue did we use? It gave us an example, right? It told us how the kids felt. It gave us an example. No more homework, no more tests, no more alarm clock. So then we can make an inference based on that example and we can come up with the conclusion that liberated probably means about the same as free. Here's another one. Those two girls couldn't be more different. Erica always sees the good in everything, while Samantha tends to be pessimistic. Which of the following phrases means about the same as pessimistic? Do you think it's A, positive outlook on life, B, a negative outlook on life, C, shy and timid, or D, friendly and outgoing? What do you guys think? We need to go back and look for the clues. It says at the beginning that these two girls are very different. They couldn't be more different. And it says Erica always sees the good in everything. And if they're different, then that means Samantha doesn't see the good in everything. So this one's an example of the antonym or contrast. It's showing us the opposite. So based on that, we can make a conclusion. So if Erica always sees the good in everything and Samantha doesn't, then we can come up with pessimistic, meaning a negative outlook, because she's the opposite of Erica. Which type of context clue did we use? We used an antonym or contrast context clue to help us figure out the meaning of the unknown word. That odor is repugnant. Is there a skunk around here? Which of the following words means about the same as repugnant? Do you think it's A, lovely, B, surprising, C, disgusting, or D, favorable? Let's look. What do you guys think? If you are saying, is there a skunk around here? It's probably not lovely. It's probably not surprising. It's probably disgusting, right? So we go back and look for our clues. It says odor and it talks about a skunk. Those are usually disgusting, right? Which type of context clue did we use? We made an inference on our prior knowledge. We know that skunks don't smell so good. So we can make the inference that repugnant means about the same as disgusting. Almost done. Last one. That cartoon character is a rather menacing villain. Which of the following means about the same as menacing? Do you think it's A, practical, B, impatient, C, strong, or D, evil? What do you guys know about villains? Do you think villains are practical, impatient, strong, or would you say they're evil, right? We used, what type of context clue do we use? We also made an inference. We used our prior knowledge of what we know about villains. So we can come up with, make the inference that menacing probably means about the same as evil. Okay, we're going to stop right there. So you're going to continue practicing your context clues this week, doing your grammar slides. I'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody.